Hey guys, welcome to Mikey's Video Game Madness. Let me turn down the sound. I should have been more prepared. I had no idea it was going to be this loud. If you haven't told already, today we're playing Primal Rage. At the time, this knocked people's socks off with the stop motion animation. But now that I play it, it's, in my opinion, not that great of a game. I won't go as far as to say it's crappy, but it's definitely not that great. Oh, look, an earth that looks shaped like a Tyrannosaurus Rex's skull. When I first saw this game, it was actually on like a 42-inch TV, which was a big deal at the time. Excuse me, a 42-inch monitor. And at the time, we had like the Super Nintendo and Sega Genesis, and we're like, that can never be done on the stuff we're playing on. Of course, Primal Rage even came out on the Game Boy and Game Gear. I mean, it didn't. The sprites weren't as big, but I don't know. It's like Mortal Kombat with dinosaurs, except I don't know. It just feels clunky. But let's start. Playing this game now. This is on the PlayStation 2 on the Midway Arcade Collection, so this should be a direct arcade ROM. I don't know any of the moves, so you're just gonna have to deal with no special moves or fatalities. Look at that animation, it'll knock your socks off. I just remember one of the monkeys can fart, or apes, or ape men. They're like supposed to be gods or something. I don't know, I didn't read the fucking story. I've probably already lost enough brain cells in my lifetime from doing things I probably shouldn't have, but reading that story would probably make me lose even more. I am button mashing. I'm sure that you can probably tell. I don't know any of the moves. And if I remember correctly, I think they were super awkward. It's crazy how your memory changes things, because I remember when I was a kid this game looking crystal clear and playing the Sega Genesis version and being kind of disappointed. So, saying that as I am disappointed now while playing this, the Sega Genesis version must look like a botched abortion. I think you can kick the people around. Don't ask me how you do it. This also later came on the PlayStation and Saturn. I saw somebody on YouTube playing the Saturn version. I don't know how I did that move. A lot of the moves on this game, I believe you have to like hold buttons together and stuff. It's 4 buttons, kind of like Mortal Kombat. One's like a light punch or tail swipe, whatever the fuck you want to call these prehistoric god creature things, whatever. I don't know. Whatever they are. There you go. All 16 frames of animation glory. But basically you have a light attack and a heavy attack, 2 different kinds. Depending on what you are, sometimes it's a punch or a kick. I guess mine's a tail swipe or using my claws. I don't even know. This game's pretty retarded. I'm not gonna beat around the bush. Sorry if you like this game. I mean, we all have taste. There's probably games that I've liked that you didn't like. Like, I actually did like Aliens Colonial Marines. Yes. Me and probably 2 other people in the world. I was kind of upset when I traded in my Xbox that I didn't have it anymore. I actually like the expansion pack more than the regular game, though. That's what I was most upset about. I guess if I ever want Aliens Colonial Marines again, I could play it on the PlayStation 3, but I guess I don't like it that much because I have no intention of buying it unless it's like $5 or something. Although I heard the PlayStation 3 version, for whatever reason, even though it runs on the Unreal 3 engine, which usually gets lousier ports on the PlayStation 3, it has better textures. But we're playing Primal Rage, so why am I talking about Aliens Colonial Marines? Well, I guess we're just talking about 2 games that a lot of people don't like. I tend not to like this one. I'm button mashing, my hands are kind of getting cramped up. Oh, look. This is one of those games that has rubber band physics. which not physics, difficulty, which basically means like after, because it's made to take quarters, so after like one round it lets you win, the game will start like basically owning you like after that, so it would try to take your quarters away. And I'm not gonna lie, like the arcade cabinet at the arcades, well, one of them I saw, there was like a regular arcade cabinet of this game too. I mean, then again, you can polish a turd, at the end of the day it's still a turd, but the arcade cabinet looked really cool because it had that gigantic TV, and at the time nobody had flat screen TVs or anything like that. It wasn't an LCD, and I don't even think they had those back then. If they did, they were probably in a government base somewhere, just like they hid the internet for so long. But yeah, it was like on a projection TV, but at the time nobody had anything over like, well, most people didn't have anything over like 30 or 28 inches or whatever, so it was a big deal. Now people have like 60-inch TVs in their living room, and the arcades are basically dead beside the people that go and play DDR for 2 hours or whatever. How do those kids play DDR, by the way? It's intimidating. I tried playing DDR once by myself, and I was embarrassed by myself. I couldn't even get into it. Isn't that crazy? Even when I was by myself, I felt embarrassed. It's like my soul came out of my body and watched me and was ashamed. It looks like a fun game, but there's nothing in my body that makes me want to just like get into it. So I can't play it. I've tried, but I just can't get into it. Just moving too fast on a plastic mat to some J-pop music. Although, the version I had actually had songs that I heard of. Like it had like Gwen Stefani and Goldfrapp and stuff like that. And then in the middle it had some J-pop. It actually showed the music videos, so that was a way later rendition. It didn't have all the polygonal creepy people on it that some of them do. But I mean, as a social game, it seems fun if you're not embarrassed. Let's try somebody else and fail. Or something else. Can't believe this was cool back in the day. I'll pick. I think this is the guy that farts. Chaos. That's what it looked like watching YouTube on a 56K modem. And then somebody'd call the house and kick you off of the internet. I don't know if some of you remember what YouTube was like when it first came out or not, but when YouTube first came out, it was amazing because you could literally watch any old TV show that you remembered growing up as a kid. Nobody worried about copyright laws or anything, and everybody shared anything, and everything was cool. And then when it got popular, they started taking off all that stuff, and now YouTube is basically covered a majority of like really expensive things made exclusively for YouTube that's made in the studio. A bunch of teenagers talking about their little cliques and stereotypes and how to dress like one, and talks about music and other shit that a majority of people that don't give a shit about that was born after the date of 1992. Sorry, I said that dyslexically. And then there's the gaming community that's really cool, which is the last thing about YouTube that I enjoy, and I contribute to it obviously, but Seems like they're starting to attack that. Everybody's getting paranoid about cutscenes and music and all that shit, and it's just becoming stupid and corporate. And now they're changing the comments, and you can't comment on old comments because of Google Plus. So if you guys sent me a comment right when they started that and I didn't reply, it's because they switched the shit to Google Plus, and I apologize. I didn't ignore you. I tried to reply to you, but the powers with be prevented me from replying, because instead of letting you choose, they want to force you into things, just like that god-awful banner. I used to love the way like my page layout was, and then you had to have a banner with a little icon on it, and it was like an awkward size too, so every time you made a fucking banner, you'd have to like clip a part of it off, and it's ridiculous. But when YouTube first came out, it was amazing. And you could watch all the old cartoons, TV shows, commercials, shit that you wanted to. Now, every time you do something, you have to be paranoid whether you're going to get flagged or not. The creators of this game probably won't flag this because they probably don't want to take credit for it, because it's awful. Obviously, there's no Primal Rage 2. If that's any indication. We'll try one more round with somebody else. You notice I always seem to die on the second round, maybe third if I'm lucky. Play as this velociraptor looking guy that actually has feathers, which might actually be accurate. There we go, 56K modem animation at its best. If you were lucky, you'd be able to fit that on a floppy drive, or a floppy disk, excuse me, and drives the thing that actually reads it. And I'm using the microphone on top of the stand that the TV's on top of, so I'm ridiculously close. So this just looks like really colorful vomit that I guess some of the cultures are alive and moving inside of it. I don't even know who I am anymore. Oh yeah, I am the Talon guy that just had a heart attack. His heart exploded. It just doesn't stop. The hearts explode in this game. I bet it was still fun, probably, at least working with the models and making moves and stuff like that. You know, like those little actors down there playing the cavemen, you know, it's probably somebody's parents, although due to the amazing graphical resources, it looks like they respawned the same actor over and over again, maybe changed the color of their outfit, so us stupid gamers won't realize the difference. Look at those pterodactyls in their 5 frames of animation. My mind is blown. I can't barely contain myself, and my heart just exploded. Alright, this was the arcade version of Primal Rage. You might like it. I really do not like it all that much, but that doesn't mean that you can't play it and enjoy it just because I don't like it. Just like that doesn't mean that I can't play shitty games that I like that you don't like, blah blah blah. Look, I get to put my name. Do I want my name on this game? You know what? Yes, I do, because I just like signing shit. Unless it's like a arrest warrant or something that I don't want to sign it. Oh, look at that lighting effects. Mind blown. Number 2. Can't even be number 1 on this. What a shame. But anyway, guys, this was on the Midway Arcade Collections 2. You can probably find it dirt cheap for the PlayStation 2. This is an arcade ROM. Since I never played much of the arcade, I don't know if anything's been compromised, but I doubt it. I just remember the dinosaurs and shit, and maybe there is something taken out, I don't know. But I don't think this is really pushing graphical boundaries here. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. As always, thanks for supporting the channel. yeah. Anyway, guys, take care. Thanks for watching. Bye.